Hey, look at that.
It's alive.
Okay, I think the audio is working okay from my end. So, welcome to Season 2 of the Entelechy Archive, where we're now 100 years ahead of our previous Aberrant game. For this small jaunt into the deepest, darkest reaches of space, I, Nick, will be running this. Please ignore the splash screen there, which we need to fix at some point. And joining us as players, Nate, who is playing Tomas.
Hey.
Hello, Nate. And Tash, who is going to be Ceres, a small robot. Possibly a sidekick, but I wouldn't say that. Do you guys want to introduce your characters before I introduce the ship?
Yeah, sure. I'll start if you like. I'm Nate. The GM from last time, now player, which is totally brilliant. And I am playing Tomas or Tomas Martin, who is a young guy who grew up in the poor part of Luna and has worked as a miner, general laborer, has found a knack for all things techie, and has then spent years working in space, mining, techie kind of uh, robotics, coding, programming, um, and is basically just trying to get along, trying to get money. He's spent a lot of his life now in isolation in space, so he's not super great with people, not doesn't really like people too much, but he loves his gadgets and he wants to do the right thing and would like to get his family out of like crushing poverty in the underworld of Luna. And I'm sure his life has gone really great so far, and I'm sure it will continue to go great. That's what Nick has assured me.
Well, now you are gainfully employed by Ring Robotics.
Yes. You sound like a lovely bunch.
They sure are. They're willing to hand out money in return for labour.
Like any good capitalist.
Except for robots. So you just get to labour without all the joys of money.
I do not get paid, no. I am a program, so I'm kind of formless. I am Ceres, ICEP 99, so my designation is all about, where's my sheet? I'm an independent space exploration prototype. So I'm a piece of programming, a piece of software, and I exist to support deep space exploration, basically. I am an artificial intelligence, but nobody is meant to know that. Nobody's allowed to know that. Otherwise, I and Ring Robotics as a company could be just completely obliterated. So my continued existence relies on me being hidden as an artificial intelligence. So to hide, I hide in plain sight in amongst, millions of other robots and droids that look just like every other robot and droid. Primarily, I occupy a little space security robot that hovers around the hallways, creeping up on people, and basically then just creeping them out. So I'm like to describe my character, I'm like a little Roomba, an oval sort of shape, bright orange, glossy paint job. I hover about 2 meters in the air, and I've got two little arms coming out the bottom that allow me to interact in a very minor ways with my surroundings. And I plod around on the ship, exploring it.
Tasing random
And
people.
that's my existence. Yes, well, if they annoy me enough, and if I want to get a trip to Tomas's repair workshop.
I love it.
What is biology? Okay, so You guys are on the Entelechy. Catchphrase: an unusual ship going unusual places for unusual reasons. This incredibly huge ring robotics project was constructed in the solar system's asteroid belt over several years. Even so, it was completed years ahead of schedule, nominally because of the Metacorp's solid reliance upon automation. Unfortunately, the massive size strains its reactors, and energy is often rerouted for operational reasons that pay little heed to the minimal human occupants. As a result, some areas of the ship suffer intermittent power outages without warning. The robotic inhabitants simply do not need the lights or life support, and so remain unaffected by this flaw, which affects the human crew substantially. The ship is a lemniscate shape, which is an 8, with each lobe several kilometres across. The inner surface of each ring is crowded with heavy machinery designed to tear apart asteroids and construct other machines, vehicles, devices, and so forth. Construction is actually rare, since the time taken to build something is often more than the ship has before it needs to continue its journey of exploration and exploitation. In the centre of the rings is a perpendicular habitation ring fitted out for human inhabitation. The central ring rotates to provide some gravity, with the outer deck slightly above Earth standard. This ring is packed with research laboratories, crew quarters, mostly empty, life support stations, several command and control bridges with built-in redundancy, relaxation activity areas for the living crew, cells for capture and study of xenoforms, waste reclamation plants, food preparation areas disturbingly close to the reclamation plants, and underutilised mess halls, viewing lounges, and a few religious facilities for major human faiths. Spread throughout the ship are huge computing arrays, databanks and processors stretching into the weightless dark depths. These computers hold epic amounts of data serviced by multitudes of satisfactory intelligences. These SIs control the ship according to arcane mandates from the Metacorp's programmed agendas. That is the ship.
Home sweet home.
Consider it Star Trek-y clean, except kind of grimy and with less lights.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Cool.
the company loaded the ship with all the data it could, a minimal crew, and sent it on an exploration mission to follow a trail that, frankly, no one really knows. What happens is you'll get an alert, you'll go through a jump, and you'll turn up somewhere new. The time between these jumps and alerts varies dramatically, and sometimes you've got time to finish what you're doing, other times you don't. Nonetheless, the Tessa jump isn't particularly pleasant, but it's a lot better than taking the slow way to your destination. One particular day, you're not really sure how long you've been on the ship, 6 months to a year, it's been a while. You've just come out of a jump.
Have we still got you, Nick?
Yep, hang on.
Yeah.
Is that working?
Are you sharing something?
Maybe it's not working. That was going to be so good.
Aw. What were you gonna do? We can pretend it happened. We're role players.
Ah, well.
I wonder how Sarah's would take the jumps, because she doesn't have biology to feel. Maybe there's like a split second in her programming where it's just off time for a moment, and it's a little bit disorientating.
Yeah, well, let's face it, things are going to go wrong. Ah. Well, word from the popcorn crowd is that it actually worked.
Oh,
You guys couldn't hear it. Huh.
No. I guess we're just going through Zoom, not actually through Twitch.
Oh, yes, of course. That's the problem. So through Twitch, it sounded fine.
Oh, fantastic!
Oh, how can I fix that?
I think you might have to make the noise with your mouth, Nick.
I could.
The only way I know to share your computer audio, well, we can have a Zoom lesson later.
Yeah.
You can't make it work though.
Oh, well, never mind. We'll try and get that sorted out for next time. Basically, an alarm was going off.
Ooh.
You've come out of the jump.
Ooh.
You're
I'm
feeling
the
slightly
security
queasy.
bot. I can go wee woo wee wee. That was probably really bad, but
Ceres is not feeling nauseous at all. But an alarm is blaring. Lights are gone out. A little red glow from the emergency lighting has come on. And there's a bit of a klaxon over the speakers is Chief Engineer Sambal Mudji saying, "Get your asses down to level 38. There's been an explosion. We've probably hit something. We need all hands down there to repair the hull before the atmosphere leaks."
Okay. Well, Tomas is absolutely ready for that. He's is it sort of standard practice to be kind of suited up during jumps, would you reckon? For like,
Nope,
you know,
because
nope.
the time given for each warning is too
Not enough.
intermittent to be standardized. There is no, you've got half an hour to repair. It is, okay, we're going to jump tomorrow, or you've got 5 minutes.
Okay, geez. Well, yeah, he'll be ready to basically run straight down there as soon as possible, I reckon.
Yep.
Yeah, like I reckon, ducking and weaving through the corridors that he probably knows pretty well. I reckon,
Yep, in his particular area, he's certainly got the layout.
Awesome.
He knows where the latrines are.
Yeah. And he does have photographic memory 1, actually.
Which
So
is
I
helpful.
reckon that's probably the kind of thing that he's memorized. He's probably trying to slowly memorize as much of the ship as he can. Geez, this is a horror game.
And there's a dog on board.
So yeah, he's going straight there, I reckon.
Excellent. You're going to suit up and get your toolbox?
Yep. He's probably got a toolbox on him at most times.
Well, pretty much, yeah.
What's the deal with gravity on this ship as well?
So, the habitation ring has gravity because it's a rotating artificial gravity that way.
Cool.
So once you go out onto the factory disassembly rings, well, there's a lot of mass around, but not so much by the way of gravity. So you can use your mag boots or whatever, but it's mostly zero enough G out there. And that's why the ship has got the outer ring rotating just enough to make it a bit over Earth gravity, so that when you need to actually work out, you're working out in slightly heavier than you need to be to make up for the amount of time you're spending in weightless environments.
Awesome. Which Tomas hasn't been very good at, which is why he's got strength 1. So
strength 1, that's awkward.
Yeah, he neglects his strength training. So yep, but yeah, he's there. He's getting suited up. Probably on the way, he's he's been running and also trying to pull up, I guess, kind of details if he can access them for what's went wrong or what the damage is.
Yep.
He likes to be prepared.
Okay. Well, I mean, that is pretty straightforward stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys can't hear this, but perhaps our audience will enjoy what we're going to do, and you guys can catch it on the YouTube. I mean, if it helps, I can hear it really well.
Oh.
There you go. Chook Fever can tell you what's actually going on. And
Yes. Thank you, Chook Fever.
Ooh, ominous.
one more. I'm just going to find where I got that from.
Way to one up the old GM too, Nick. Jeez.
Lift your game, Nick.
Yeah, till next time I turn up in spandex, then you'll all be safe.
Oh, we're not doing that.
Okay.
Okay, so what have we just heard?
Apart from the klaxons, you have heard the GM flicking through 300 tabs to get back to his notes.
I know that sound well.
Yes, so along the way, I presume Ceres is trundling along after you, or are you going to switch robot bodies for this?
I think in this scenario, Ceres would appear as the second type of robot that she can inhabit, which is her critical response drone. 2 lights in the approximate place of a face sort of light up in amongst all of the other critical response drones, and I am ready to attend the critical response. So don't think I'd be with Tomas, but I would be heading in the same direction in that particular drone body, which is sort of like a bender robot. Really strong, flexible arms and legs, a torso that can hold cargo, so I would be carrying 2 little repair bots, and I'll be able to go in wherever those fleshy little humans can't.
Excellent. Right, just playing with the sound levels here. Okay. Word on the street is that's much better.
Awesome.
That's
All right.
fantastic. So, Tomas, you would be able to tell which particular one of my drones is me. One of those drones is me from my... I guess it'd have a serial number of some type.
Yeah?
You know, if you're my buddy, I'd be like, yeah, you know, look out for this serial number.
Yeah.
That
nice.
means it's on my shiny metal ass.
Well, I mean, he might just think he's got several buddies instead of one that's
might.
pretending.
True.
He thinks he's way more popular than he is.
Oh, that's great. And I reckon he would absolutely be the type to kind of talk to all of these drones like they're people or like they're animals, depending if they're small and sort of cute looking or not. He's Yeah, he's probably patted them as they've gone past, and chatted to them while he's working on them. So yeah, he if we're both kind of coming to the same place,
Yep.
he I reckon probably doesn't stop moving because this is an emergency, but he'll probably kind of get in behind you as you're running up to sort of let you kind of go through the, I guess, like if it's an airlock, are we actually going out into vacuum, Nick? Or
No, you do not need to go into vacuum for this yet. So through the computer consoles that you've been looking at and as you've been getting your stuff together, you can see what's happened is there's been an impact around the outside of the hull.
Mm-hmm.
So there is breaches on the outside, and as standard, there's going to be thousands of repair bots crawling around the outside of the hull. And the ship is so big, it takes a lot to damage it. So something pretty major's gone on here. But whatever's come through has penetrated a few layers in. So you're not directly exposed to space, but you will have to be going to areas where there's a bit of a breeze as the atmosphere evacuates, and you're going to have to, patch some holes, but you're not directly in danger of flying off into space or anything.
Okay, cool. Well then, Tomas will kind of explain the gist of that, kind of, basically what's through this door to, I forget what the designation is, ICEP?
ICEP
99. 99.
ICEP 99. So, yeah, I reckon he'll, probably wind up calling you 99, like, hey, 99.
Please call Tomas 86.
Looks like there's a breeze through here. We're gonna need to I'm just kind of running with this because I don't really know all that much about spacefaring myself, but we'll need to check for significant damage, but looks like there's already drones out front or outside, but we're going to do what we can to fix from here. And then he's already talking, and then he stops and says, you're probably in communication with all the other drones and already know this anyway, but either way, can you open up the door? And then, he's definitely the type to kind of be stepping behind the big giant robot rather than in front of it.
Sure thing. I can open that. I open the door. Do I need a might roll?
No, you just need to hit the button, really.
Yes, master. Open the door. Bloop.
Okay. Where you are, like on the other side of this, you can see that this particular room looks like it's just been filled with supplies, like frozen foods, that sort of thing. It's not a refrigerated area, but there's not much heat in here. The hole is fairly evident on the other side, and to repair it, it's probably a bit of digging around through the back of the crates, clearing out the junk, maybe crawling into whatever the Eon version of a Jeffries tube is, just to do some soldering.
Nice.
Restore power to the various seals and reverse a polarity somewhere.
Nice. Well, luckily, that is exactly the sort of thing that Tomas is really, really good at. And presumably small enough to fit through the Jeffries tube well, I would think.
Yes.
Sarah's is probably not in this form.
Medium sized. Like I should be about the same size as a human.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Then,
And also, if I recall, flexible?
I am flexible.
Ah.
To a certain extent. My body is kind of like it's It's got two. If it's loaded up with drones, it probably can't compress any smaller than what the drones are.
Mm.
But yes, flexible. I have flexible construction, so I can shrink or stretch or whatever I need to do.
Cool.
Yes, your shell can fold, writhe, and contort itself to enter the most unlikely places.
Sweet.
And it can pass
Where
through
is
gaps
it?
up to 2 sizes smaller than itself in one direction, drawing long and thin.
Wow. That's so cool. Okay, well then maybe he might send Sarah's towards the tube, actually. Sounds much easier. Sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, like, is there something we would roll for, Nick?
Yep.
To
So
try to
just
do
find out where to start. It will be... technology and your justification of attribute, which, intellect is probably your strong points, but, if you can justify another attribute if you want to, just to get to it and clear things out of the way.
I reckon maybe even cunning, if he's trying to work fast and trying to sort of work out exactly what needs doing ASAP and what's most important.
Yep,
Which
prioritising.
is same as intellect for him anyway, but
Yep.
And that was plus technology, right?
Yep.
Sweet. I will roll it. Let's see.
So are we rolling to repair?
Well, this isn't actually. This is to find where you can start repairing.
Oh, okay, cool.
So once you get there, it'll be a bit of digging around. So that's where you may need your mighty mechanical muscles to start moving boxes and press that button with just enough firmness and your tongue just held at the right angle to make it work.
Are our target numbers 7?
Yes.
They are.
No, 8.
Oh, 8. Damn, that's right.
Welcome to not Novahood.
Damn. Okay, I'm rolling. Ha! 8 dice, 0 successes. Starting strong.
Can only get better, right?
I can't believe it. It's like my best dice pool.
You just don't even know where to begin. Everything's all covered by these boxes. You're not quite sure where the gaps are.
Yep. Damn.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, far out.
I don't have any physical attributes, so I had to load them up into other stuff.
So what'd you get there, Tashi?
5
Holy
successes.
And surely you've got enhancements to that.
No.
I mean, not that you need them. But...
So it's a technology. So my technology's at 5 and my intellect's at 5.
Yep.
And so that's 10 dice.
Nice.
I do have Ms. Fix-It as a if I'm repairing stuff. Yeah, for enhancements.
So do I.
Yep. Okay, so Ceres can identify exactly where everyone needs to begin. In this case, both of you.
Mm-hmm.
So, presumably, speech activation unit will happen. And be like, get over there, plug the hole.
Okay, sweet.
That's it. I very helpfully guide you to the very obvious broken bits.
Are you blind?
Yeah, getting schooled by the satisfactory intelligence. Well, lucky there's no actual sapient persons around here. Yeah, that could have been embarrassing.
Okay, so a bit of clearing has to go on. So yes, now it'll be a might roll to start moving this stuff around. And it's probably going to be a case where the robot wants to do the heavy lifting, while the squishier human can crawl in behind and then get inside the hole into the Jeffries tube.
Okay. Cool. That sounds excellent because I don't want to roll my might.
Yeah.
I don't want to roll mine either. I don't have any might.
Yes, you do.
I have an enhancement on my might roll.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
your basic might is 8.
That's right. So I need to pick a skill to go with that.
Nope.
Is that right? No, I just roll the two dice.
You'll just roll 8.
I'll just roll 8. 8 dice.
Yep. And if powerful actuators come into it, which... Yeah, and you get
Wait,
another...
I'm sorry. Where did you get that number from? The 8?
The 8 is what robots start with.
Oh.
Ooh.
Because you're made of metal.
Yep. So,
So 8 with a +2 enhancement because of your powerful actuators.
fantastic. I am rolling, but my connection to the server is
Oh.
to the D20 servers not going very well.
That's weird. Do you want me to just roll for you if it's just still chugging?
I don't know. You rolled pretty badly.
That's true. That's true. Do not advise. You're on mute, I think.
Yep, it's come back. 5 successes.
Another 5. Nice one.
Another
Not
5.
5.
Damn.
Got to re-roll a couple of 10s.
Damn. Not too shabby.
I'm better than you in every way.
Wow. Here I thought this would be like a lovely story of, friendship across,
Across
humans
species.
and robots.
Yeah, it doesn't take long for an AI to go rogue.
Yeah.
Okay, so the boxes are moved. And how? Remember, that's 7 successes, Tash. +2 enhancement on might rolls.
+2 enhancement. Yes.
You have moved them well. You've moved them so well, you've begun stacking them again. They're neat,
Nice.
they're orderly.
They're feng shuied.
Yep.
Yep.
And you've told Thomas to get his biological ass into that hole.
Awesome.
Once you're in there,
Yep.
you can see there's it's dark, but you'll have to turn on your suit lights for that, which is no worries. It's just a complication, shall we say.
Yeah.
And there's sparking everywhere. You've just got sparks flashing out like little zaps of lightning all up and down this tube. So something pretty major has been hit in the electrics.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. I guess, he's the type to kind of, not leap into, right into danger, but kind of leap right into this, like anything sort of, techie. He will, I guess, hopefully trusting that his suit has enough kind of insulation to protect him from, minor shocks. He would, I guess, probably have some tech out to be kind of scanning for where power might be sort of like where something's burst and there's electricity kind of leaking out.
Yep. Follow the line diagrams back to the generator.
Yeah, pretty much. He's going for it. He doesn't want to get, kind of outshone by a robot again, so we better fix this quick.
Okay, well, that's a pretty straightforward roll with a complication. So this will be another, presumably, intellect plus technology for you.
Yep. I think I can do it this time.
You think you can do it? Yep. Complication is going to be 2 points for the darkness and crampedness.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
If you don't succeed, well, there's going to be a bit of stuckedness.
Stuckedness. I'm trying to think if there's anything that can help him. Probably not. I know I've got the Ms. Fix-It edge as well, but I don't actually recall what that does.
I've got that right here. Oh, I did. So it gives you an enhancement on repair. So how many dots do you have?
2.
2. So if it's broken, your character knows how to fix it. On repair and reverse engineering rolls, your character may add a second skills dots as an enhancement to his dice pool, as long as the skill is the one used to operate this device. Oh, so...
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, that's interesting, yeah. So, AIM could add 2 enhancement to a technology plus intellect roll. So if it's a pistol, you could press AIM. So maybe if it's how a ship works, it could be science or pilot. Or
I don't have pilot.
Do you have science? Because science could work.
I do have science. Yeah, science.
Enigma for it's a puzzle.
Would work. Yep.
I'll take enigmas. I have enigmas 4, so
go for it.
I will gladly take that.
Putting together this puzzle.
Okay, sweet. So 8 dice with 4 enhancement. Come on. 1 success. Jeez. But that's 5 all up. Far out.
So that overcomes the difficulty and the complication easily.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, just reminded me that you would have got a point of momentum for your first fail.
Oh, yeah. Yes. You're welcome, Tash.
Thank you. I need at least 1.
Okay, you start zapping this stuff around, so you're pulling out plasticky circuit boards and small soldering irons that look like torches and LED lights.
Awesome.
And the ship rumbles. God, I wish you could hear this going on.
Damn it.
Petter. Whoa, Bessie. Whoa, Bessie.
There's a jittering shake and alarms start going off again. And you're getting a voice over the intercom saying, "Everybody brace yourselves, there's another impact coming."
I swear in French.
Jean-Luc!
Merde. Yeah, I guess I brace myself in there. Try to I don't think there's much point trying to get out right now. So yeah, kind of, brace myself against the walls. Hope to not break anything.
Yep. And Ceres?
Similar thing.
Extend one arm to the ceiling and push yourself down.
Yeah, if I can, I guess. I mean, if I can provide any protection to the fleshy one, I will.
Well, he's inside a small metal tube.
Oh, he's plenty safer. He's like cookie dough. He's fine. That's it. Like, yeah, I use my limbs to anchor myself down.
Okay, the ship rumbles and shudders. Alarms go off again. You can smell the electricity in the air, like the ozone, like there's more systems shorting out all over the place. It's now just sort of flooding through. Well, Ceres can't, but certainly Tomas can. Although I guess he's in his Enviro suit, so maybe he can't. Okay, Ignore that. You can't smell nothing.
Maybe my basic senses can detect minor variations.
All
in the
your smelling
olfactory.
is fear.
Yep.
And yeah, by looking up ahead through the darkness in the little pin lights of your torch, Thomas can see another hole just rip through the hole.
Jeez.
Something's come hurling in. And that might require a bit more of a patching.
Yes. Oh, geez. Okay. So is that like a large enough hole that there's like a rush of air from?
Not a rush, but there's a pull.
Okay. Geez. Okay. Well, definitely getting out of that tube quick.
Yep.
Oh, I guess. Do I have equipment to be able to patch that then and there? I probably absolutely getting Sarah's in as well to help.
Yeah, you definitely do not have sheets of plating on hand.
Ooh. Okay.
This is where you can certainly start jury rigging stuff, because I know you're good at this sort of thing. You do have the crates of food that you might be able to reutilize, or just pull flooring plates off somewhere that's not exposed to the outer atmosphere and outer space, and use those instead.
Okay, I reckon that sounds like a good idea. I think
There's also locking it off so that we stop venting and you don't have to fight against the vacuum. You can just let's close one of the bulkheads behind us.
yeah, definitely.
Which probably would have automatically happened anyway.
Yeah, true.
Sorry about my dog.
No, I like it. Like, I'm hoping my cat will show back up as well. But we'll see. Yeah, I think that Tomas will start probably kind of ordering Ceres to I guess start kind of tearing strips off so that we can start welding them to the important wall.
Happy to do that. I might unload my cargo, so I've got an extra repair bot on hand as well.
Yep, it starts setting about zapping things.
Fantastic.
What are you going to use? So just parts of the existing bulkhead and put it over the new holes, weld it down nice and tight?
Yes, I guess that's a good idea. I guess I'm playing a character who knows a lot more about this stuff than I do.
That's fine. More than I know about it too, so...
Okay. Well, then we'll all announce that is the best idea. Yeah, that sounds good. So, yep. I reckon we can do that.
Just something temporary so we can get out of here and...
Yep. And then start fabricating some more sort of proper pieces when we can.
Alright. Well, because you've got the repair bot, like you've got a built-in welder in the repair bot, so it's quite happy just to hover and weld. And you've got enough might there to strip the bulkhead from anywhere else you want. Pretty much.
Okay.
So yes, Tomas, once you've finished inside the Jeffries tube and you're back out there, you can see that happening. You close the bulkhead door so you're not venting more air to from the rest of the ship. And it all goes pretty smoothly after that. There's still some gaps that will need to be filled in, and these are just rough repairs as opposed to the final product. But the immediate crisis is over, which is good.
Yeah, and Tomas is definitely writing notes and kind of already thinking ahead to how we'll be turning this patch job into actually something proper. So he's probably already got orders into the fabrication kind of forges.
Yep.
Or to try to make everything actually all right, not just a patch job that's going to fall apart again soon.
Yep.
Sweet.
So once that immediate crisis is over, you've had no more warnings, alarms going off.
Okay.
You get an incoming communication from name of Karina Galason, the ship security commander.
Okay. That was Irina Galason, was it?
Karina. Yep.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Tomas is, really short like he normally is, saying, what the hell was that?
Yeah, so it looks like we've come out of the jump in the middle of an asteroid field. Not intended place to pull up, but here we are. You know what it's like on the ship.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we've sustained a lot of damage, pretty much above exactly where you are right now.
Yeah, I noticed.
And it's going to be a few hours until we can get that sorted. Are you able to make yourself comfortable there?
Swears in French again. I suppose I can entertain myself trying to fix this patch up even more. Is there something I can help with somewhere else actually being useful, not sitting on my hands?
Look, truthfully, yes, but we can't have you move just yet. The bulkhead has to remain sealed for now.
Swears in French again.
We'll be in touch.
You need to Google some French swear words so we can actually add to the swear count.
I definitely do, because they count, right? I guess.
I think they should count.
Hi to our French viewers. So I think Tomas will probably not let it go just yet. He's gonna, basically say, and tell whoever's driving this thing, they better, watch what they're doing next time. I don't want to get blown out into space. Blah blah blah. Starts ranting when it's clear that she didn't have anything else to say. He still just wants to get his boot in.
Yeah. And she really hates that, but she's got other things to worry about at this point in time. And uppity technical research is what she deals with on a daily basis.
I bet.
Yeah. So you begin entertaining yourself with more repairs.
Okay.
Since you've got the main area sealed off, it's not overly difficult. It's just a bit cramped to get into some small places, but again, you've got the repair droid now, which is handy. Then it's just you start hearing things, just shrill screams, just echoing through the tubes.
Tomas looks over at Ceres and kind of, almost not expecting an answer, says, Did you hear that?
Yes.
So it's not just me.
No.
I love Sarah so much. Do you know
There
what's
seem to be some people in distress. I don't know what the extent of the damage has been. It could be people responding to whatever's come through the hole.
Let me look it up. Is there any kind of like, I'm guessing there's that, that everyone doesn't have a kind of, transponder, so where on the ship they are, I would assume, unless they do.
No, you wish.
Yeah, pretty much.
There is like one thing in the ship that knows where all the robots are, and that's the main computers.
Yeah.
Seems like humans were more of an oversight. They don't really care. To be fair on the designers, the roughly independent mad scientist crew don't like getting tracked.
Yeah, no, I bet. Would there would I know kind of the direction that the sound is coming from? What that might be on the ship, like what area that might be?
Well, you can make a roll to see if you can work out the direction it's coming from, because you are sort of in a maze of metal tunnels. It's hard to identify, but certainly a roll.
What would you like me to roll?
There we go, core rules. I think it is a simple integrity plus cunning. But let me just get that.
Let's see. Huh. I don't have integrity.
Well, that makes a lot of sense, really.
Yeah. It's true. Not good at peopling, but for cunning. So let's see how that goes, I guess.
And it will be difficulty. Well, no, it'll be difficulty 1, but it's going to be complication 3.
Yeah.
Because
damn,
yeah,
okay.
tricky.
I got 4 successes.
Perfect.
Now it's all coming back. 4 on 4 dice. Okay. So I'm listening in, thinking, just kind of, calculating almost. Ooh, and I've got lightning calculator too, for the record. And yeah, he kind of says, "Oh, could that be coming from the direction of somewhere?"
Certainly from the direction of somewhere. Yeah.
What does he reckon it's in the direction of?
From the tenor of the voice, you think it's probably Sam. You've met Sam a couple of times.
Okay.
He's a large man. He works down in section 57.
Okay.
He's not really one to scream often.
Oh, jeez.
Not that you know him well. What he does in his private life, you don't know. But certainly, yeah. You'd think head towards section 57.
Okay.
Which is unfortunately on the other side of the bulkhead that you've got shut, and Chief Security has said don't open.
Yeah, indeed. Can we, and I guess Tomas is probably saying that to Sarah's, can we easily get a drone through the tubes into section 57, do you think?
I could switch to my security drone, which is on the other side of the bulkhead, and go down to Area 57, but I would leave you here.
I'm all right with that, believe me. But yeah, that's a good call, I think. So yeah, like if you want to do that, Sarah's. I'm
Do we have
very
any
happy
way
send
to
a verbal.
communicate outside of, like, between each other over longer distances?
Nope.
Then
So
we
if
are
you-
not doing that.
No, yeah.
You can. What's going to happen though is it'll be a case of you're going to have to jump your intelligence out of this robot into the ship systems, traverse the ship systems, and hope that they're not.
Watching for me.
Well, not so much that. Hope that they're not broken, interrupted between where you are now and where your drone is. And to be fair, that would be difficult to break completely because it's a big ship that you've just got to reroute. But that rerouting could take time.
Yeah, true.
Finding your way around the broken areas and all that sort of stuff. So, yes, you can certainly give it a go. And Tomas would then see this shell just stop responding because the inhabiting intelligence is gone. But you could then, try and navigate to your other shell.
Would it be more feasible to have you, if you can, I suppose, I don't know, and I don't know if Tomas knows, whether you can be controlling one of these kind of smaller repair drones, whether we could get them, flitting through the tubes. They're like, the ventilation ducts basically through the different sections and come through there maybe, or maybe like, cut their way through if they've got the tools for it.
This body could get through there, but I don't know how. I don't have the mapping. Is that something I would have?
No, that is something that you would probably roll for.
Probably roll for it, yeah. I can try.
Interesting. I don't know what the best option is. I don't really want to split the party, like you say.
The security is very solid on this ship. I'm sure that anybody who requires assistance is going to receive it, and we should really remain ready to repair.
Wow. Tomas stares at you.
You don't trust the automations on this ship?
I've worked with enough of this technology to know that if you trust it all the time, that's how you wind up blown out into space one day.
And that's why we're trusting your security officer.
Oh.
Interpersonal conflict.
Yeah. He listens out to hear if there is still screaming.
Yes. And as he's looking around through one of the interior shafts, you can see just floating just a few specks of glistening red globules.
Oh, jeez. Okay. We have to do something here.
Currents.
Jeez. Yeah. 99, we have to do something here. There are people injured. I know it, and I can't just wait for someone to let me get out there and help. People are gonna die. So, and I think, once again, he doesn't realize that you are a person. He's, saying, so just go and do it. Come on, let's go.
The drone sort of drops into lifelessness. The lights in its eyes sort of blank out, and it becomes unresponsive. And I dive into the ship's computer to make my way to this security bot to go check it out.
Great. Now we have split the party after they've fought.
Well, hopefully it's just a matter of me getting back the same way, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah, sure. Surely.
Seems simple, really, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so this
I'm
is
dead.
going to be a bit of a procedural. Just fire this up here.
God, I hope it's technology and intellect.
Well, on the plus side, I'm pretty positive it is. Because we're basically hacking
That
him.
just means there's so many more dice I can fail on.
No, funny. Enigma's was cunning.
And is it possible for me to help as well? Like, do an assist action to, give enhancement or...
If you can come up with some way that would work, yes. But, I mean, essentially, once she's jumped inside the computers here, so she just plugged herself into the wall,
Yeah.
you're not really there to say turn left or anything.
Yeah, true. True. Okay, yeah, well, I'm sure she'll roll great.
She'll be fine. She's
I'm
built for this.
hoping that me moving through the cables and the fibers is really just the same as you moving through the air.
Yeah, like, that's fine. The trick is just finding the way fast enough.
Yep.
Really. So, it's not that anything bad can happen while you're doing this, it's just can you get them in time? Or rather, how much time will it take?
Yeah.
So, I wish this book was a bit better laid out, but...
Oh man, you've said that before.
There we go. 4 milestones, 5 minutes per roll. So, don't botch any of these. If you botch, there will be an alert triggered from your presence. Failures, it's just going to take extra time.
Oh my goodness.
And that will determine how long Thomas is there waiting by himself in the flickering dark of a dying ship.
Listening to people scream. I think we're delighting too much in his likely torturous sort of moments.
While she's doing that, would he be able to distract himself from his imminent danger by trying to access security feeds of maybe Section 57?
Absolutely.
You take out a Sharpie and put a mustache on them.
I like it. Show me up. Nice. Yeah, so if I can roll something for that, I would be glad to.
So, I mean, that's basically going to be technology. Can't see why it wouldn't be technology.
Same. And presumably intellect.
Yep.
And I know I have some gifts around that as well, so I might just have to look those up. Basically have like most of my dots put into that kind of stuff. But I'll let you roll now if you like, Tash, while I'm looking that up.
Yeah. Yep.
Tash, you may as well just keep rolling until you either botch or
No. Yeah, true.
Or
succeed
finish
4
5.
times.
Okay. So intellect plus technology, right?
Yep. No. Enigmas plus cunning.
Oh, enigmas plus cunning. Sorry. Ignore that roll. That's a lot less. Oh, okay. 2 successes. First roll. 2 successes, second roll. 1 success, third roll. 3 successes, fourth roll.
Perfect. 20 minutes.
And on my 5th, I got 2 successes. Sorry, I thought there was 5.
That's fine. Yeah, so takes you 20 minutes. In that 20 minutes, Tomas is hooking up his security feed.
Okay. I don't think I have anything that just explicitly adds to hacking roles. I don't think, apart from, oh wait, actually, I've got the elite hacker skill trick.
I mean, that sounds like it would apply.
It does, doesn't it? I wasn't looking at skill tricks. I was looking at gifts. I'm nearly there. Let's see. Technology, no, enigmas, I think.
It's probably something I don't appreciate enough about this game is how incredibly flexible it is. Like, how much you can do and how incredibly unique your character can be.
Totally. So your character can hack into any system not protected by software created by another talent. Spend a momentum to have an action to hack into any non-talent created computer system automatically succeed without a roll. But the use of this skill trick allows her to overcome one complication associated with the action as well.
That seems
So I guess,
impressive.
yeah, totally. I'm planning on using that to get into Sarah's system one day. We'll see how that goes. But I guess whether I need to use that or not kind of depends on how difficult this looks to Thomas.
I mean, pretty difficult from where you are, but not
Okay.
impossible. So, we say like it'd be maybe difficulty 3 to do. Just by making a roll.
Okay. And I didn't even think to ask for previous roles whether he has any enhancement for like tools.
Well, yes, he probably would have, but I don't think it would have mattered. Because he made those other rolls anyway.
Yeah, true.
Except for the one that he failed, in which he couldn't have used it. So.
True. Okay. So maybe I won't use the momentum. I'll just roll for it, hoping for like what, 3 successes?
Yep.
Did you say?
Yep.
Ooh, okay.
And I might actually, just to make it interesting, there's also a 3 complication.
Oh, geez, 3.
Yep. And if you don't overcome the complication, you're going to see something else.
Oh God.
So you're definitely hooked into the security feed.
Ooh. See, I like that complication. Okay. So I'll roll presumably intellect as well.
Yep.
With technology. Sweet. Ooh, 2 successes. So it depends how much enhancement he might get from his, I guess, his device that he's using.
Well, his device is probably only worth 1 enhancement, really.
Yeah. That makes sense, I think. But he would probably like to be spending money at some point, or spending time to sort of rig up something pretty great.
Well,
but
to be fair, he's got jury rig, doesn't he?
He does, yeah, true.
So he could probably like pull apart various parts of the systems here. Or
That's
hell,
true.
the Ceres robot's just sitting there. And you could jury rig some sort of system.
That's true. I should have more recently read the jury rigging rules again. But that's true. But I guess if that's just got a 1, then that'll get me the 3 successes.
That'll get you 3. So you haven't overcome the complication, but you've certainly hooked yourself into the security feed.
Awesome.
All right.
So what am I saying? The tension.
Don't know how Sarah's would feel if you messed with the hardware anyway.
Meh, it's only hardware, you get another one.
Yeah, I guess. Mass produced.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that's right. So, in the security feed that you get into on your little screen,
Yep.
first you see a hand. It's attached to an arm, and then
Yeah,
it sort
that's
of
good.
trails off into a blood as it
Ooh.
floats past the camera.
Oh, geez.
In the back of this particular room, you can see the red flashing lights of various robots, sort of standing there motionless.
Oh. Okay, crap. Swears in French.
And then over the audio, you hear a bit of a roar.
A roar. Ah, crap. Okay. Yeah, Tomas is worried now. Definitely.
Oh,
He surely, I guess he needs to know more about that, what's going on there. Um, he's going to try to see whether he can sort of control the camera to try to scroll around, try to zoom, try to
yep,
see what the hell made that noise.
yeah. Uh, just to make this slightly interesting, you can use another roll for this. Complication 2. If you
Okay.
don't overcome the complication, the camera is going to be noticed as it moves around and blinks.
Oh, jeez. Oh, wow. Okay. Not good. Hmm.
What have you sent Sarah's into?
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Crap. Okay. That is all up 2 successes.
Well,
Um, I'm kind of more tempted to actually just buy off the complication and fail at the roll.
that's certainly an option.
Mm, I feel like I need to wimp out and do that. Damn, far out. So yeah, and I reckon that's because he's actually starting to freak out. He's kind of moving and then he's stopping and going, "Ooh, did I see something?" And then he thinks about like zooming and moving some more, and then he's like, "No, I'm not gonna."
It's like Five Nights at Freddy's, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what I'm saying. I was bad at that game.
Well, while you're having fun with the cameras,
Hmm.
Ceres manages to pop into her little security droid.
Zoop.
Starts hovering around.
He kind of hovers to life. My little appendages are happily moving below me. Um, and I start on my security patrol route to head towards section 57.
Okie dokie. It's fine for you. You don't care about the darkness.
The
I have
dead
a
bodies
sensor.
everywhere.
I do have. I do have a sensor net
Ooh, that's good.
in sensor mesh, which I'm just popping over to get the rules for that one. So I need 5 connected droids. So there are other droids around that I can connect to.
Um, yes. I mean, there's plenty of droids around, and it might take a bit for you to jump into 5 of them straight here. It's certainly doable.
Requires connection with at least 5 drones within long range.
Yep.
So that's just me chatting with them. I'm able to like,
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, connect with the SI.
Yep.
And yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah, do it.
while I'm
Do it.
pottering
You've got it.
along,
Yep.
I may as well.
So you've got a +3 enhancement to notice things.
That's awesome.
+2 to aim.
And +2 to aim should it become necessary, which, what are the odds?
I'm carrying a stun gun. I'm not.
It could have been an assault rifle, but no, you went stun gun.
A taser pistol, actually.
Oh man, we're dead.
Yeah, so anyway, you can make your roll there, actually, which is going to be integrity plus cunning plus your enhancement.
Okay. 2. Just doing. I have no integrity.
Shame.
Oh man, neither of us do.
That's why I need an enhancement. Okay. 0 successes on the roll, and I get a +3 enhancement to notice things.
Unfortunately, enhancement means nothing if you don't get at least one success.
Ah,
Yes.
done. Okay.
But we get more momentum, and
You
also
do get more momentum, yes. Mark it in.
and we get one for the fail that I just had as well, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
So you've got
I have a
momentum.
feeling we're going to need it.
Yes.
I'm trying to like hold out on my final droid option. I don't want to like jump into that straight away.
Yeah, totally.
I was told it's only for super duper like
Yeah.
special occasions.
I mean, this obviously doesn't qualify.
No.
This is
Oh,
just
this is Tuesday,
just
bro.
another day on the ship.
Well, yes.
Okay,
Anyway,
so
yes, Ceres is not noticing anything where she is, or within that long range area. Really, she's just zipping through the corridors on her way to section 57, getting into an elevator shaft, waiting for the elevator.
no, that's the worst.
Punctured by screams, right?
Yeah, punctured by the occasional shrieks.
We're not doing Power very well, I'm sorry. Or
I
are
know.
we?
I really hope this works well on YouTube. And you guys will love it.
So
Anywho, yes. So you get closer to section 57. You're not quite there yet, and there's definite signs of damage. So whatever the asteroids are that have hit the ship have pummeled their way through quite deeply, which is not usual. Like it does have a very strong hull, lots of armor, but potentially coming out of some sort of teleport might be the equivalent of superluminal speeds, which makes even a small asteroid quite dangerous, possibly.
yeah.
Or maybe it's something else.
I
mean, I
used
don't
my
know.
mental notes to my photographic memory to take mental notes to present Thomas with a repair list when I see him.
Nice.
Extensive.
Detailed.
Yeah, and then there's the bodies.
Oh,
So let's say section 56 is on the way there, and that's where you see the first dead human body.
oh. Can I identify them?
You can. Yeah. It is Frederick Paul. He was an eccentric researcher, aren't you all? Jealously guarded his xenobiological works.
He generally.
What state is he in?
Well, he's dead. He's
How
not
dead?
inside a spacesuit, so he didn't get that far. He's just wearing his normal, let's call it, some sort of colourful jumpsuit. He's missing most of his chest and some of his back. His face is fairly contorted. And you don't even have hands with which to close his eyelids.
No, I just...
You just
Does he
dangle your
have-
tools over him.
Does he have
Looks more
like
like a tea bag.
Sorry. Wow. Well, this horror game turned into Team Fortress 2.
Can I hear like the comms in the ship?
You can hack into it, yes.
Am I like tapped in?
That's what I was going to ask as well. Like whether, like I think Tomas will have, like after having seen sort of a dead body and maybe something else, he would really, really want to get in contact with 99 now. Definitely, whether that means hacking into comms or into like actually taking over the sound system.
I hope it was to tell them that it was a good idea to stay behind the bulkhead.
By the way, 99, you should have stayed here. It's way safer.
I'm just so safe right now. I just wanted to let you know. Totally chill.
All right, I may as well try to... How much risk is associated with that, though? What do I need to roll to hack into the comms? And
Well,
how do I... And what risk is associated with that for being detected as a
enigmas and cunning is fine, and there's
AI.
no risk involved. Like, you're not going to be detected as an AI for this.
Okay.
As for Tomas, if he wants to hack into it, it'll be the same roll. Enigmas plus cunning.
I can do that.
You may want to rig something to make it give yourself an enhancement, basically make it a bit easier.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And you do have a convenient robot that you know can talk to the ship's comms. It's already on the Wi-Fi network.
Yep, pretty much. I'm sorry, I am gonna have to steal some bits from your chassis.
Put them back when you're done. It's all good.
I should have taken redundant systems.
So good. Okay, let me just pull up jury rigging. I should have pulled that up before.
You might want to keep the bot functional at least.
Yeah, I know.
Just in case you need a muscle to protect you.
That's okay.
Yes.
You can jury rig the repairs to fix it again.
No, well, there you go.
Okay, I'm guessing that's under crafting.
Well, while you're doing that, I am just rolling to hack into the comms, and I don't get there. 0 successes. Fail. But we get 1 momentum.
You get another momentum.
Yeah, I think we're up to full now.
We better start spending it.
Yeah, you might want to start spending it.
Maybe
You're not
spend
going to
it.
get any more.
Yeah, I think probably in the interests of being concerned about time, I think rather than jury rigging, I think I'm actually going to spend the momentum to automatically hack that.
Yep.
With a roll. If you would like to spend one momentum for me, Tomas is freaking out. He doesn't want to have sent this security system, even though he doesn't know the full extent of it. He doesn't want it, basically, wasting resources, getting completely trashed by this thing when he needs it to protect him. And also, he's worried about just people overall, so he needs to warn Ceres. So he's going full hackers movie and just I'm in.
Yep.
So is that hacking the comms to actually speak directly with her, or like?
Yep. No, that's easily covered. So you'll just be pinpointing her particular signal, and her address basically.
Okay. Cool. Then
I note it's not going to be particularly secure and private, but if no one's listening, they're not going to hear it.
Yeah, true. Then like a voice, I guess, appears in your head, Sarah's.
I succeeded.
Your audio tubes. Ceres, this is God.
So maybe we shouldn't have split up. I can see at least someone's dead. And I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting a little worried. I don't think we should split up. I feel like either you should come back here or I should go out there.
You should probably not come out here.
I love that she's so deadpan. Well, like, but I'm a PC. I need to.
As I'm hovering over the
Poor Fred.
Yeah, poor Fred. Can I use that comms connection to like send back video?
Yes.
I open up my video feed.
Okay, swears in French.
Perhaps you can guide me through this connection we have, while I attempt to identify the source of this significant issue.
Look, I don't think I'm crazy in this instance, but I think there was something in section 57. Can you get me a closer look at some of these? And he just kind of, sort of takes his time to get around to it. These bodies.
I'll proceed.
He wants to know whether they were killed by, like meteors actually puncturing the hull, or whether it looks like they were killed by something else entirely. I don't think he has very good medicine, but I feel like hopefully it's not that hard to figure out. Like, oh no, this looks like it was eaten to death.
Well, Ceres looks around the room. Is there a corresponding meteorite hole?
Not directly here, no. But you can see there is a bit of a blood trail leading off into his particular laboratories.
I could go into... He appears to have been struck in his laboratory. I can go there to find the source of the injury, or I could proceed to 57. What would you like to do?
So,
she's trying very hard to sound out of character. She's trying very hard to sound like she's not an AI. She's like she's an SI getting support from you. Yeah.
Yeah, which I love. I totally
because
love
anyone could listen to this.
So out of interest, if an AI or an SI, if like the I guess the shell that they're in is destroyed, what happens?
Oh, well, she'll be dead.
Oh, okay. So
Unless she's made herself a backup somewhere, which I think is one of the abilities I've given her for things that she can do. But unless that actually happens, she is very much at risk of being a non-eye
yeah.
if her shell is completely destroyed.
A
That said,
former,
it's normal rules. So once she's down to the taken out, she's not necessarily dead. She's recoverable until she decides no, that taken out means dead.
okay, cool. But yeah, all that I think means that Tomas is a little bit reluctant. He's like,
You're my favorite Roomba.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
You did that thing
Like,
with a cat.
like I'm not quite ready to see this particular drone turned to scrap yet. I need you to not get destroyed. Do you and here's where he almost is really kind of personalizing her. He says, do you think that you can check that out without getting yourself trashed?
Well, I look around. As I've been noticing the corpses of the humans, have I been noticing the corpses of the other droids and SIs?
You have seen no broken shells of any drone or robot.
Now, that might just be because I failed the roll. But I did spot the dead people.
You did.
It appears at this stage that there have been no impacted mechanical components. It's really only the human beings that appear to have been injured. Have I spotted any live or any functioning droids or?
There must be some functioning droids around, or you couldn't have used your sensor net.
Well, there we go.
Okay. And Tomas thinks back to the still droids in section 57 and probably mentions that as well.
I'm sorry, what?
He probably didn't record any of that, I guess. Yeah, there were some droids in who was in section 57 in Sam's lab. Is that what that was, Nick, or like research?
That wasn't Sam's lab, but it was near Sam's lab, so it would have been one of the like storage rooms nearby, because everyone gets their own little warehouse where they can put their shit.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I looked at the footage from around section 57, and that's where I think some of the screams were coming from earlier, and I think the footage showed a number of droids inactive, perhaps.
Were they damaged?
Not that I could see, but I didn't look too closely at the time.
Well, I can proceed and I can attempt to avoid damage in all circumstances.
I'm going to stay on the line and I'm going to stay watching the feeds as well, the security feeds. I'll hopefully be able to back you up from here with that. But if you think there's more danger, I need you to come back this way. We can regroup if we need to.
I would say the danger's probably more to do with you looking at this man.
Maybe that's part of why I want you back here.
I'll attempt to make my way to the bulkhead where you are after I have investigated section 757.
Okay, that's a deal.
Alrighty.
So, yeah.
Continue on your way to 57.
Watch your back.
Okay, yeah.
We're just giggling with delight for how incredibly terrifying this could be.
Yeah, oh, totally. Like I'm just waiting for the
It's
jump
like
scare.
the giggling's the fear response.
Totally.
I mean, you are just floating through the darkness. You just got a couple of small torches for lights shining on the floor and into the ceiling.
Yeah.
All that nice reflectivity of the bulkheads. Is that eyes? No, that's just a.
Oh god. One other gift that Tomas has that might come up is Apex Cunning, which lets you tell if someone is disguised or hiding around you.
Oh, yep. That is handy.
Yeah. Just I realized I hadn't mentioned that, and hopefully, I mean, I'm hoping it won't come up. But...
what does that come under?
Sorry.
What skill does that come under?
Cunning is what it comes
Cunning,
under.
there we go. Oh, your wits are quick and eyes nimble.
Yeah, because he grew up on like the wrong side of the tracks.
Your character can automatically notice mundane disguises or people trying to hide. People, eh?
People, yeah.
That is going to be handy to have. Maybe eventually at some point.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe.
Not necessarily right now, though. Like,
yeah.
Yes, you're safe now. You're behind a bulkhead.
Yeah. And he's watching. He's always watching and trying to distract himself from his constant paranoid watching.
Yes. So, in section 57, the series notes that there is definitely more asteroid damage. Just large holes rather ripped through the platings here.
So I'm
Torn,
working in
shredded
vacuum
metal.
at this point.
Not exactly. There's a lot of air here, and it doesn't escape into space as fast as seen on movies. But there's definitely a breeze towards it. And yeah, there's not currently any signs of repair going on in here. Through the sensor net, you can tell there is repairs going on way up on the outside of the hull, but it hasn't yet managed to close the gap.
Okay.
There is blood
breeze.
sloshing around the air and dripping off the ceiling. It's not really dripping, there's not much gravity here at this point in time, but there's a little bit, and
Bumping into me.
yeah.
Sticking to my nice orange carriage.
Yeah.
It's going to be great when you see me next.
Wow.
The equipment in, when you get to Section 57's labs there, that's where you can see the equipment is a bit roughed up. Obviously everything that was probably fairly delicately arranged in some sort of order is now just a mess. The whole thing has... there's no signs of an explosion, but it looks like an explosion's gone off. It's that sort of mess. There are no signs of any robots in here, which is potentially unusual, but if they're off doing repairs, it's not necessarily unheard of. But yeah,
There's
the blood
no
is
sort of
definitely
medical bots or anything like that that seem to have been directed to the area to try to
not here, no.
save people? No.
And there's no human body in here yet either. Well, yet. I say yet as though it's going to happen.
Mm,
But there is blood, just no
So this
bodies.
is the lab. What about the cargo area? That
Yep, into the cargo area. Aha! That's where you see a cluster of robots just standing still. They appear active. They're transmitting as though they're active, but they're just still. They are not moving. There is an arm floating through the microgravity,
yeah.
and you just catch a glimpse of that in your torchlight, basically.
do I recognize these drones or these robots?
Yeah, they're all basic models. You've got your lifters, your repair bots, and your security droid like yourself. There's just maybe 15 of them, just staring.
They might just be related to his research.
Could be. You don't have access to his research files, so
Is that something that would take a long time for me to try to get access to?
I'm beaming all of this back to you. They don't seem to respond to me when I...
No, they are stock still. They're definitely active, turned on, but they are non-responsive and non-moving. Just, glowing red eyes. I mean, lights in the darkness.
And is there still any screaming, or is it eerily silent now?
No, there is still the occasional screaming, so it's moving ahead of Ceres, because she's only hovering slowly to have a look around.
Yeah.
I am growing more concerned for those people who are still alive enough to scream.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to see what I can do to locate them on the security feed. I don't want you going in completely blind. So just hang back for 1 second while I try to see what else I can dig up. Can I make a roll to try to locate them on the security feeds? Like once
Yes.
again, like I was doing before I got a little
Yes,
scared
you can.
off.
So what you can do is filter down through, say, audio and infrared instead of just your standard video.
Ooh, that's good. I like that.
But we'll make that difficulty 3, and you still get the 3 complication on top of that for alerting anything that might be around to the camera.
Okay. Oh, was that a 3 before? Damn.
Well, it's 3 now.
Okay. I'm all right with that. Can I get the oh no, that's for me to fix it. So I guess just enhancement of 1 for before.
Yep.
Or do I want to try to jury rig? Oh, I feel like I should probably try to jury rig something to make it work for me, make it work well, get me some enhancement. Really, I suppose.
Yep.
If I've got time for that.
Well, that's up to you. It's not like you're being attacked right now.
Yeah, right.
It's not like Ceres is being attacked. She's just moving slowly and cautiously.
It's true. It's true. Okay. So I'm only moderately aware of the crafting rules. Actually, oh yeah. So if I got, say, I tried to create a rank 2 item to give me 3 enhancement.
Mm-hmm.
I know that ordinarily that would take like 2 sessions, but jury rigging lets you speed it up, from my understanding. I'm just trying to pull up the jury rigging section. So that lets you an extended action with the number of milestones equal to the project rank in exchange for floors. So each milestone takes 1 round. So I can take 2 rounds, but that will give me 4 ranks of floors.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense to you, I think that makes sense to me.
Yep. Yep.
So I guess I haven't exactly decided what floors might be good, but I feel like one-time use is probably not great. Let's see. It feels extremely scary movie to give it the unreliable floor for 3, which is literally that each time I use it, I roll a d10, and if I roll 4 or more, then it works, but if I don't, then it doesn't.
Yeah, well,
Which
there's
is
3 right there. Yep.
pretty great, actually. That's quite cool.
That sounds terrifying.
And maybe it kind of feels like it's not that much of a flaw, but loyal to a fault means it only works for its owner and no one else, which I guess means that I've concocted a travesty of wires, and no one, like, no one else would be looking at that, would be able to figure out exactly what I'm doing to make that work.
And if you're
working?
taking these out of the series bot?
Well, yeah, that's the question. Is there anything else that I can be?
And there is. You can start like pulling off the walls and get access to the circuitry behind the panels.
Yeah, I probably.
And you still have a repair bot in here after all, so you do have access to take things apart as well as repair.
Okay. Yeah. True. Yeah. So I think better to be pulling things out of the wall rather than out of the droid that I might need to save my life.
Yep.
Okay. So, would I need to roll first to get the materials as well, would you reckon?
Yes, but that's going to be just a difficulty 1, intellect and technology, just to get the repair bot to do the right work, to pull apart the right panels so that you've got access to the right electronics, yada yada.
That makes sense. Surely I'm not going to fail something else with 8 dice.
No.
6 successes? Damn, that's so good.
Well, you can use those extra successes to give yourself enhancements on the next roll.
I will take that. I will definitely take that. Okay, so that next roll is technology and cunning to jury rig.
Yep.
So that's another 8 dice. So surely this is going to lead to me rolling super well, he says. Okay. Okay, so I need to. That's 2 milestones, right? Yes. So I'll roll that again. Okay, so that was the first one was 9 successes and then 2 successes.
Nice.
Yeah, that's not too shabby. Okay, so oh man, I feel like this is just a crash course in crafting, which I should have read more recently. So I've definitely succeeded. But what do I do with the successes? Let's see. Okay, I'm nearly there.
Yep.
So crafting stunts. Leftover successes on milestone rolls may be used to buy crafting stunts. Oh, jeez. So yeah, I can do really cool stuff with that apparently. So the 3 options are that I can add 1 enhancement to my next crafting roll for each success spent. So I guess that just, like, I could do that, but I don't think that would really make too much difference. For every 4 successes spent, remove a milestone from the end of crafting this item. So I guess I sort of didn't necessarily need that second one, which is probably good for all the time.
Yep.
So I can do that in 1 turn of jury rigging, which is awesome. And I can also get bells and whistles. For every 3 successes spent, choose an appropriate gift from Chapter 7 and add that as a function of the item, which is super cool. Except I haven't picked a gift yet. But let's go with that right this second.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll think of a gift when I have a second. But right now I have +3 enhancement to have another roll to try to see whether I can help Sarah's out. I'll roll now.
Yep.
Sweet. Okay, 5 successes all up, which only gives me 2 successes after buying off the complication. Is that enough? Or is that not enough?
No, it was difficulty 3, complication 3.
Wait. How about I spend some of this momentum that we have?
Good idea.
Yes. Whew. Can I? God. This is hard, man. Being a player is hard. Suddenly I'm the one like being screwed, not doing the thing. This is hard. I don't know. How many momentum are you happy for me to use some of, Tash?
I'd like 1, just in case.
Okay.
Having 1 in the backlog would be very helpful to me.
Oh, so
Because
as
we're
in,
gonna be.
yeah, cool. I definitely don't think I should spend tons. Maybe I'll spend 3 all up.
I reckon halving it is a good gauge. Like, that's because we're gonna fail other rolls. We'll get more.
True. Okay, cool.
I think it's a strategy that counts on us failing.
And you've got 5, so you could spend 3. There's 2 left over.
Okay, let's do it. Let's see how this goes. For 1 more success, which so that is 6 successes all up.
Which overcomes the difficulty and the complication.
Good. Okay. Okay. Good. Everything's great.
Okay, so you can now check out the areas ahead of series.
Yeah.
Looking for body heat
Yep.
and sound. So yes, so you can see you're sensing biologicals without normal visible light necessarily because it's all dark anyway.
Yeah. Perfect. What do I find?
Well, you can spot a definite unmoving humanoid body just lying in a darkened corridor. That is probably Sam's, just given its location. And it's also missing an arm, which is,
That's what I was going to ask.
The key thing there is it's not as warm as a normal human body, so it's cooling down. From the audio, you're hearing not just the hum of drones and robots doing their thing, you're hearing scurrying sounds, more shrieks. There's definitely something skittering around.
That's not great. I'm going to feed that through to Sarah's too.
What's interesting is you can't see the heat signature from whatever it is. Maybe it's reptilian, cold-blooded. Maybe it's something from the depths of space.
Squirms uncomfortably.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe it's just under a heat blanket.
Of course.
Have you identified any areas of where I may be able to go and render assistance?
Have I managed to find where other kind of living heat signatures are?
Yes. I'll say you can find others in section 58. There is a small cluster, say 3 people.
Okay. I feed that through, but that is accompanied by increasing freak out. Saying there's something else here. I can't pick it up. I definitely can't pick it up on heat signatures. I don't know if there's something that's cloaking its biometrics or something mechanical. He's starting to kind of ramble basically.
Okay.
yeah, he's just going off like, I think we're fucked.
I think as long as people are alive, we have an opportunity, we have a chance. So, shall I proceed to section 58 to see if we can find these individuals and render assistance?
He's dying that you keep asking him so nonchalantly. Like I reckon that he's even kind of reaching that point. He's all like, I don't fucking know. You're the security system. What do we do in times like this?
Sarah's mind, for what it is, wanders to the really shiny droid she's got back in her dock area.
Valid.
Stowed away.
Would he even know about that either? Is that something that anyone knows about that?
Yes.
Is that like part of the ship?
Because, so if this was any other ship, like for the Legions or whoever, what they would have is their Varg suits. And that was how they would defend it. Because if you come across something big, nasty, and aberrant-like, you need something capable of throwing down.
Yep.
This ship, they don't have scions, they've got their robots. So they have got their Varg suits for robots, which are the big ones. So they can get pulled out when circumstances warrant it. But they're expensive. You don't want to pull them out for any old thing. You don't want to get them damaged unnecessarily. They take a lot of maintenance and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So can I tap into where I normally get my instructions from and my directions and kind of work out what it is what sort of security response is being coordinated?
You mean Thomas?
Oh, so there's nothing coming from the security.
No, I'm joking. You can definitely tap into the ship security grid and work out what else is going on around the place. That's not even going to be a roll.
I think I should do that. I think I should given that, this human's not being very helpful in way of
panicky idiot
helping me maintain this guise of I need instructions in order to function in a particular way. I'll do that.
Okay. So that is a very quick tap in.
Yep.
Sorry, just clearing my throat here. And yes, the ship is on alert, but there's no active combat at this stage. So the security net knows that something is going on.
Yep.
But nothing has been clearly sighted at this stage.
Yep.
Just high alerts, increased patrols in some areas of the ship, other areas are being kind of ignored for the moment because they're further away from where the likely trouble is.
Can I feed in the inputs so the people that appear to be isolated in 58 and the strange movement that's been detected in 57?
Yep. Yeah, that is an acknowledgement from the security feed, and all the associated bots are going to be on the listen out for skittering and well, that's about it. That's all we really got.
Yeah.
And
Does
the
it
shrieking.
trigger any?
Definitely
Does
the
it
shrieking.
trigger a response or an increase in the number of resources being put into the area?
Not at this stage, because at this stage everything is just on alert, not combat footing. Until something has been identified, the ship's security network is thinking, yeah, it's something to be concerned about, but it's not really affecting us. I mean, sure, there's dead bodies, but bodies die all the time.
Wow.
That is basically the attitude of the ship's security network.
Is there a security med network that might be a bit more?
The med network is on high alert because there are injuries, and the medical robots are definitely willing, able, and capable of repairing people should they get there. So yeah, there's a lot of scurrying around with them.
Yep.
Who are taking it more seriously than the security network because there's actual injuries to take care of.
Okay.
At this stage, the injuries, you can even pick up from there. The injuries are actually mostly from shrapnel injuries, like bits of metal, holes from the asteroid particles or whatever. At this stage, there is no deaths known to have been caused by anything other than an accidental caught in the spray of debris.
And there's been no impacts in the last little bit. We appear to have been have navigated clear of the field that was causing those problems.
Well, velocity has been slowed down dramatically, so if there's any more, it's probably just pinging off. Or there's you've got the security bots on the outside of the ship and point defense lasers blasting things away. So basically, the imminent threat is gone. There's just whatever's on the ship, which is probably nothing. It's probably just completely innocent that someone's arm fell off.
Probably nothing.
Another guy's chest got ripped open. No, could happen to anyone at any time. Who can understand biology?
Can I just throw in, I've come up with a good gift for the jury rigging.
Yep.
And just, I was looking for one that felt like it made sense with what he was doing, which was kind of making it so that he could hack in with his, handheld into the ship systems, the security systems. And so I figured probably the Watt tripwire gift, which lets you once per session remove any complications that would create an alarm or alert someone to her presence in a field.
Perfect.
So I think just because, he's able to, shut things down as they come up or see things that might make someone kind of trip up and make a noise.
Yep.
And I think depending on what Ceres does, I feel like Tomasi's going to be continuing with his, frail human freak-out session. But his mind is already kind of spinning and trying to work out what's going on. And I reckon he, at some point in that, will have kind of remembered about the xenobiological works in section 56, and maybe that is starting to kind of click in his head. Maybe there's something there, maybe something got out, and I reckon he will probably want to try to access some of that research there, or security footage once again, or something to try to work out what might be in there or what maybe used to have been in there. But he's probably going to be doing that without even kind of telling her. He's, kind of, digging his own hole right now. While Sarah saves the day.
So, Ceres, where are you headed? Well, Thomas starts this, and I'll get on to Thomas and give him the bad news. I mean, good news.
Well, Sector 58 is that on the way to his bulkhead?
Not directly. It's not too far off. It's just a little diversion.
Well, there's 3 people there that might need some assistance. So, he's sitting pretty a few levels above. Seems to be fine.
Yep.
Yeah, no, he's fine.
Gonna go check out those suffering fleshies. Is that now a derogatory term?
Did it say fleshies or fleshlights?
Oh, goodness me. That took a turn.
What sort of horror game is this?
Yeah. I will check on the cowering people that we've identified. I know this really secure place is behind a bulkhead.
Okay, yeah, so you can find them pretty easily. I mean, you've got the directions for starters.
Yes.
They're somewhat agitated. Like, that's all you can really tell. Your robotic self. They are agitated. It is Frank, Jubilee, and Henrietta. They are a family.
Yep.
They're all maintenance people.
Yes. So if
they don't look particularly pleased to see you. Like, they're agitated.
Oh yeah.
It is dark. You're just hovering with like ominous red lights on your face plate and some torches.
Probably blood soaked.
Probably covered in blood. Yeah.
That's fine. I keep my distance. I don't like antagonize them.
Yeah.
From my check-in with the security status, is there any sort of... I mean, it's alert stage, so does that sort of mean that humans should be guided to a particular point for safety? Is there a particular...
Not by default, no.
Routine?
What the humans should be doing under this sort of alert is keeping themselves safe and staying out of the way of the security patrols, because you don't want to be tripping up the security and being seen as something else. So the problem with this little family group is that they are not in a particularly safe location. Like, they're in a room area, but it's not sealed off. It's just dark. And the other problem with that is they obviously haven't got any of their survival gear with them, so they don't have a torch on them. They're not in their spacesuits in case of sudden air loss. Yeah.
Where's the closest location that they can get those things?
Not too far away. Maybe, a little 5-minute jaunt down to where faster if you could get them to jog. But in the darkness, that could be difficult. But yeah, maybe 5 minutes away, inside a storage area.
And is that proximate or close to where Thomas is detected?
That rough direction.
Is there somewhere away from that direction that they could get those things?
Yes, but it's a bit further. You'd be looking at 15 minutes.
lead them away from
The
where
skittering. Yeah.
that skittering was detected. That might be a good idea. So I connect back into Thomas and I ask if he can please survey the further away area. I need to locate the resources for these people to protect themselves. And a secure location in a direction opposite. Can you please?
I'm working on it right now. Tap, 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 tap.
Am I able to, has enough time passed that I could retry my security mesh or my sensor mesh?
Yes.
And shall I roll for
Yes.
for
We'll
that?
now jump back to Thomas while that's
Yep.
happening.
Awesome.
So you were hacking into the Xeno
Yeah.
guy's personal
Yep.
logs or something?
Yep. Anything that I can, basically. So I'll, first kind of see what is easily accessible, and then see what is less easily accessible, and see what I can find. Technology and intellect again?
Yep.
Sweet. Any enhancements, would you reckon?
Um,
I've got this funky thing I've jury rigged.
you do. I was thinking, actually, it might not be technology.
Oh, okay.
You're going into his personal stuff. It might be enigmas to overcome the encryption.
Okay. That is the same amount of dice.
There you go. And then, yeah, add your enhancement for your jury rigging device. So say it's going to be difficulty 2.
Okay.
The complication probably 2 as well. But I mean, if it alerts Fred, does it matter?
Yeah, well, true.
Unless it's not alerting Fred, but that's something you'll never know.
No, that's true. Ooh, so that is all up 4 successes. So did you say difficulty 2, complication 2?
Yep.
Sweet. Well, I just pass it then.
Which is fine. You're in.
Okay. So what do I find out about what old Fred has been doing?
Well, it turns out, as part of Fred's collection, he picked up a couple of creatures on the last planet you guys were exploring. Well, I mean, you may not have personally been exploring it, but he certainly was. The ship was in orbit in that solar system. Scouts sent out, and he went to one of the planets. We'll call it Beta Pegasus 3, because why not?
Sweet. Okay. Do I know whether he was meant to have had them, and whether people knew that he had them?
Well, you know he's a xenobiologist, so it's not unusual for him to have these things. He would have been studying them. He's trying to pull them apart for material science researchers. What's the word? Yeah, material science stuff. So, can it spin a web that we can use to carry electricity for the past tech? Whatever.
Okay.
Certainly not biotech stuff, but material science counts.
Okay.
But yes, he possibly shouldn't have had a breeding pair.
Oh.
His log mentions that he didn't know it was a breeding pair until there was 3.
Oh God.
Then there was 5.
Oh no.
And what's that noise? Oh, we've come out of the jump. Oh no, there's something coming through the hull. Arg!
Oh crap. Okay. Oh, okay. Then I feel like if I had been uncovering that when Sarah's asked me whether I can scout ahead, I will absolutely be info dumping on her. Like, oh God, Fred, once again, he's still kind of freaking. Fred has fucked us. There's xeno creatures that he's bred, and now they're on the loose. I think that's what I'm hearing, but not picking up on speakers, on sensors. I think we've got creatures on the loose. 5.
Okay. I feed that input back to my security net.
Excellent.
There is security net acknowledgement.
And then I guess, when he's finished ranting, that is when he'll be like, "Yep, I'll look up that for you."
Thank you.
I might also see whether I can rig myself up a weapon too. I don't know what these things that Fred got can do, but by the looks of some of these things I've seen on sensors, it's not good.
Also, they're also roughly humanoid head size, so it's not like they're lion size or anything. They're
okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Humanoid head size. I've never heard of an animal described that way, because that's not that bad, but when you describe something,
You know what I would
like
describe as humanoid head size is like the facehugger.
Yeah, that's funny you mentioned that.
You're turning into a crossover.
I would never be that blatant.
This is the face holder. Not trademark.
Oh, what are those ones from God, that amazing. Anyway, continue.
So sorry.
Do I have a safe route?
I haven't rolled for that yet. Do you want me to roll for that, Nick?
Yes.
Okay.
Difficulty 1. It's pretty trivial, but yeah. I just hope you botch, because that'd be funny.
Never. No, I'm not going to fail another roll now. It says 7 successes. I can tell you exactly how to get there.
Look, 7 successes. You've even taken time off. You're going through some secret routes, making a couple of shortcuts, and you'll get there in 7.5 minutes instead of 15.
Oh, that's awesome. Perfect. Then I keep kind of guiding her on how to get there, sort of there's a little access tunnel here, blah blah blah, while perhaps trying to jury rig a gun up.
Okay.
Sweet.
So now I have to convince these 3 to follow me, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm going to be factual about it. So
you have 5 seconds to comply.
The resources you may need are in, and I guess I've got a storage room number down the hall. I'm happy to accompany you to that location if you would like to proceed.
They look uncertain, but you can absolutely make a roll.
Happy to.
What's Sirius's social stats like?
Not terrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, she's either using command or persuasion, which is amusing.
Which I don't have either. But I do have composure.
Yeah, do have composure.
So I might go composure. I'm trying to be, look, this is really shit, but we can get you the resources that you need to survive this.
Yep.
your atmosphere is venting, it would be really nice if you had a suit with which to breathe in. I might go look for what it's worth, persuasion, and composure.
Yep.
So let's see how we roll with that one. I kind of do want to. I do want to like help them. Will one success do it, or should I use momentum?
No, one's fine.
Brilliant.
I mean, they're a little bit nervous, but
Yeah.
they need something. They're not stupid. They know they're not in a safe area. So you've made enough of a case that they will follow.
Mm. You might even have like a leadership scale for being the security kind of system, or one of the security forces.
Yeah, she's a Roomba.
Yeah, the humans tend to be a bit creeped out by me by this like type of robot. Is
yeah, true. That makes
floats
sense.
around. Yep. Watching them, those scientists not liking to be watched.
What they will like though is having a security bot to escort them on the way, so that if anything comes up, there's at least a security bot between them and whatever it is.
True.
And if it's human head size, there's a good chance that my taser pistol will be effective.
Exactly right.
Mm.
Exactly right. Nothing can go wrong with this plan.
Other than they may wake up. But those humans, they've got feet. They can go stomp.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, Tomas, you were going to put yourself a weapon? You're just going to rip an arm off the robot and use it as a club, or?
Oh, I was thinking, and more like a weapon I could roll aim with.
Oh, okay.
So maybe, perhaps, if that robot does have some kind of actual projectile weapon or something like that.
Not that one, I don't think.
Oh, really? So that one has nothing. Is there anything else around in this room that I'd be able to?
Well, okay, it does have built-in tools, and that reminded me that it's also got the repair bot that's still floating around, which does have the ability to weld and go off little things like that. So you could probably strip that sort of thing apart and make a short-range sort of blaster thing, like a hold-out pistol.
Okay. I reckon that sounds awesome. Once again, I guess that's just like jury rigging, and I just have to work out sort of what rank item I want, I suppose.
Yep.
I definitely should have read this more.
Oh, you work it out. I'll go back to Ceres for a minute.
Cool. That sounds good.
Ceres, on the way there, your little lights. I mean, they're plenty for you. They're not so good for the humans.
Okay.
So what they're seeing is lots of shadows moving around. So they're getting really kind of jumpy and paranoid, and occasionally they'll walk into a room and they'll scream, and it's just because there's like half a dozen robots just staring at them unmoving. Or there's an arm just flopping against the floor.
Okay, yep, that I could see how that would be distressing.
However, that said, you do get them through the little tubes and tunnels in half the time that it normally would have taken. So they are, in fact, once they're there,
they're hustling.
Quite thankful.
Oh, good.
Well, you're still a creepy robot with your expressionless look and your impassive, just staring with your bright eyes into their eyes. Like, But they do have the common courtesy to say thank you, which is impressive. Not everyone would. And it could be that Fred and what was her name? Not Fred. Frank and Jubilee were just teaching their daughter Henrietta how to be polite. But it's still a good thing, you feel, that they said thank you and they didn't have to. You weren't expecting it.
No. That does. I've got a warm fuzzy, whatever that feels like for me.
What is this feeling?
Yeah. Okay, so what's their situation? They have a secure location where they can lock down. They can be behind a bulkhead, nice and snug.
Yep. With
They have
spacesuits on.
Spacesuits. They have illumination.
And possibly even some like rations, food.
Awesome. So there's really not much more I can do for them.
They seem pretty well cared for.
Brilliant.
They do ask, well, Frank asks, if there's any update on the status of the ship. How long is this going to last for? What tore the arm off that guy?
Okay.
Any information?
Well, I guess I'd like to share that they're... Alright, so first things first, checking back in, what is the actual status of the ship? What is can I use my connection to the networks to go, let's check the status?
The ship status is currently still on alert security-wise. Maintenance-wise, it is under control. But there's still several hours, probably a couple of days, repairs to be done. But certainly the outer hull will be repaired in hours. Medically wise, there are 7 dead so far.
Okay, so I repeat that. I guess I'd probably add that I'm not certain. Well, we're not certain what has caused the injuries. It appears to be shrapnel. That's what the medical reports say. So it appears to be shrapnel. However, the xenobiology labs may have had some creatures escape. So take measures to protect yourself from that sort of risk.
Do we know what the xenoforms were? Who the hell let them on board?
I don't have access to that information. I'm just a security bot.
It's those bloody researchers, wasn't it? They're all mad. Every last one of them should never have taken this contract. You can tell your bosses, next planet we're on that's habitable, we're out.
I will pass on that message. Okay.
You leave.
I leave.
Large bulkhead door shuts behind you.
Excellent. Those humans are safe. I hope.
I mean, you're hoping there's none of those things on the other side of the bulkhead door, but...
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, I assume that
A
those
moment
humans
later.
now have a communication line open to their, to their people and whatnot. They can use their comms lines to do their talky thingy.
So what are you going to do now?
Okay. I'm gonna go poke one of these things.
That's the spirit. Does Thomas have a jury rig in mind now?
Yeah, I've been quickly reading through the entire crafting rules, and I wonder whether there's a table of kind of devices or kind of pre-made inventions, and I wondered whether maybe we could slightly reskin the freeze ray as him kind of taking a lot of the repair droid, and it's kind of I guess like welding sort of probably some kind of like quick dry sort of repair patching tech, and kind of turn that into equivalent of a kind of freeze ray, which is not so much freezing as much as
like a glue gun.
Yeah, basically glue gun.
Yeah, that's fine.
And whether I could build that out, I reckon it's a rank 4 is what it says. So if he jury rigs that, he could do that in 4 rounds. Although I remember that I've also got that really, really cool edge, Flurry of Inspiration. I forget exactly what it does, but I feel like it takes off 1 milestone or something awesome like that.
So what skill that come under? Technology?
Yeah, I reckon technology makes sense. And there's something really cool in these crafting rules where they talk about how the story guide can kind of change the rolls up if they want to, kind of between milestones as well. Like the first one might be intellect, to work out the theories behind it. The second one might be like dexterity to be carefully putting the pieces together for it. But I feel like technology probably makes sense for all the roles, I reckon.
And Flurry of Inspiration, I'm not seeing it.
That was a Mad Scientist Collective.
An edge.
So yeah, sorry.
Okay, gotcha.
I'll be right back.
Yep.
Yeah, nice. And I've also got that Ms. Fix-It, which lets me add the skill that you would use for it for repairing or jury rigging. So I can add my aim in as an enhancement, which is pretty funky too.
Okay, Flurry of Inspiration. Treat the time between milestones as 1 rank lower.
Oh, well, geez, what do you do if that is like a turn between milestones?
Well, basically instantaneous.
Really?
You've popped out the glue gun, turned up the ejector aerogel. It's like, oh, this is easy. Now it just squirts about 10 feet.
That's really cool. I really like that. And also I've got weak spots as well. I forget what that does, but I know that I think that reduces complications, which they also did encourage story guides to add complications to. So let me pull that up. Difficulty and complications. The difficulty is equal to the rank. And each project has a built-in complication as well, equal to the invention's rank and representing shortcuts. So ignoring this complication means the character can complete her device faster, but she runs the risk of introducing flaws. So, yes.
Weak spots. Once per milestone, you can re-roll a failed attempt or ignore a single complication completely, which is great. So,
yeah.
So, given it's going to take you almost no time at all to put this together, you MacGyver.
Yep. Okay, so I will roll. So, would you think intellect?
Yeah, definitely intellect and probably technology. That seems
sweet. And roll that potentially 4 times.
Yep.
Okay, 4 successes. 2 successes, 2 successes, and 3 successes. So I needed 4 to beat the rank.
Yep.
And I can use the weak spots to buy off the complication.
Yep.
The flaw complication, which means that I get a shiny, in like 2 turns time, a shiny new
glue gun.
Yeah, glue gun. Which is pretty awesome. Like, I'll just pull it up. Where is it? I just lost it. Where are we? Okay. So yeah, rank 4 with enhancement 4 to my rolls, which is pretty cool. And I think when they say that they give you, or they've got like an edges column, I think that means that it gives you that edge when using that weapon.
Yeah.
Which gives me trick shooter, and it is silent as well, which is really cool.
Nice.
So that is the main reason why I looked at that. Also because I felt like it made sense with kind of the technology that I had around. But I like the idea of maybe silently being able to kill something without alerting all these other things.
Oh, you're not really even killing it, are you? You're just gluing it in place.
True. So we can study it later.
Exactly. It's the perfect weapon right now.
Mm-hmm. Sweet.
Yeah.
So yep, I'm ready for Sarah's to come back and we can kick some alien ass. But more Fred.
Is Ceres on her way back?
I will seek out the bulkhead.
You get to the bulkhead. You got there unmolested, unobtrusive, unseen. Not even any other robots around at this point. They're off doing things. You certainly couldn't hear or sense anything else on the way. And there were no dead bodies or blood, which is good.
Yeah.
In fact, this side of the bulkhead seems a lot safer than the other side of the bulkhead. At least just here. Obviously not further back down there in section 57.
Yes. Well, let's do this. I kind of like hover over the button and go boop with my nose. And open the bulkhead.
I love that you just boop every door that you go through.
The door
I have to
opens.
do something to keep myself entertained.
Okay, so when you walk in, Tomas has pulled apart.
Hover in.
Yeah,
Or
hovering.
hovering. True. Tomas has pulled off basically the arm off one of these repair droids, and essentially fashioned it into a kind of a glue gun that can shoot moderately all right distance and covers anything that he wants in hot glue. He looks extremely proud of himself.
Oh, lovely. That's very nice.
Yeah, well, this is to take care of what was his name? Roy? Or no?
Fred?
Sorry?
Fred?
Frank. Fred. Yeah, what old Fred has brought aboard. You managed to look after the survivors that you found?
I hope so. You could probably check their status using your
I have been.
networks. Yes, yeah, I assume they're doing okay. Probably more secure than what they were, which is all we can hope for. Until we can confirm what risk, if any, these creatures present, I think our security levels are going to remain quite low. So
The lights start flashing like a strobe.
Well, that is why I built this after all.
okay. So my this is where it's going to get complicated because I have the potential to be two creatures.
Wow.
My droid that I'm in now, my hover droid is size 0.
Yep.
And my my critical response bot is size 1.
Yep.
With the cargo, so I can stash myself in the cargo hold of my bigger droid.
Yes, you can.
And just nest and go back into the larger droid and get ready to walk around and smash some stuff.
That's exactly what it's for.
Let's do that.
So how far away is this, combat bot?
The big one.
Yeah.
Well, it is fairly distant because it's kept under lock and key, essentially.
Oh. Oh, sorry, that's not the one that you meant then, was it, Ash?
No, I'm getting into
Oh,
my
Ah.
I'm getting into my Benderbot, the one that I started in.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
yes, so
Open up the chest plate, fly into that, close the chest plate.
That's so
that's
cool.
it. Yep. So
Okay.
now I'm like I've got my backup connected up inside me. I can
That's so cool.
What could
connect
possibly go wrong with that
and-
sort of thing?
Yeah, I don't have any fancy thing, but maybe if this shell gets broken, I can pop out of my chest and
Fly away to safety. I mean,
fly away to safety. Well, I'm kind of imagining that if the outer droid is the one that is destroyed first, that there's probably not much hope for my friend Tomas here. So
It's true. Can't argue with that.
where
Is
are
there
you
a
going to head?
weapons?
Is there a weapons?
Yeah,
No.
is there a weapon locker along here anywhere that
Nowhere convenient.
nowhere convenient? Okay.
You do have something you can do with your gun, apparently.
That's true. Apparently, I'm quite good at that.
I'll just smash things with my long, flexible hands and feet.
Quite cool.
So, okay, where are we going? Are we going to take you back into danger, or should I try to be taking you away from danger?
Well, that doesn't sound like the rest of the ship or your bosses or anyone else has gotten around to coming here and taking care of these stowaways. I think we have to do this job ourselves if we don't want them to bite our arms off.
Okay.
Are you good with that?
Yeah, of course. We need to confirm that there is a risk before the resources will be provided to address and mitigate the risk.
Swears in French and in anti-capitalist. He's not thrilled with that as a concept. And that's when he's literally suiting up like, well, fine, I'll take care of this myself, while also absolutely having you walk out the door first.
I'm here too, I could have just hung back and waited for whatever it was to come across those people and observe the reaction. But no, I took them to safety.
I reckon Tomas kind of looks at you a little bit long then. That's very sapient. But I reckon he kind of claps you on the giant robot shoulder. Says, "Yeah, that's good. I like that."
What's Ceri's voice like in the robots? I just want to picture, is this one actually like Bender, or is it more like, danger, Thomas?
Kill all humans.
Yeah, it would have to be different. So the security bot, I think, would have a more natural humanoid voice because it has to interact with people.
You're all going to die. You're all going to die.
Yes. Yeah, like it's got to be directive and calm and the critical response bot. I don't want to say Benderbot. I don't want to influence it too much in that direction.
Critical response bot.
The critical response bot would have a deeper voice, I think. So, being able to carry over, it being at a different tone. Probably didn't have as much invested in the audio outputs. but also, yeah, deeper tones carry better through.
Yep.
Through space. No, not that anything carries through space, but thinner atmospheres and all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, it probably has a deeper, probably, Bender-esque. It probably sounds a little bit more masculine than the other one, even though there really is no outright masculinity or femininity happening there. It's just deeper.
The lights flicker on. They stop strobing and they're on. And the alarms go.
Can I check in with the network to see what's going on?
Yes. Section 57 is currently not safe. There's a flotilla of security bots heading in that direction, with unknown xenoforms identified.
Very good.
The bulkhead shuts.
Are we on the right side of the bulkhead or the wrong side?
Well, I mean, that depends, doesn't it? You're on the side that's not closest to Section 57.
Well, there we go.
Okay. And Tomas lowers his gun again. Maybe I didn't need this.
The ship's automations are there to protect you.
All I'm seeing is him just, angrily gesturing in French again.
Gesturing in French.
Yes. So what? We're back to just waiting?
Well, unless you want to try and open the bulkhead door to get through the other side. And then the lights go off.
God damn it. Do we think that might be a good point to stop for the night? I'm happy to play on it as well.
Close.
Pretty close.
Or close.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay. Oh, Nick. Okay, so the lights are actually still off.
The lights are now off, so they came on for a glorious minute. The bulkhead doors slam shut. The lights have now flickered off.
This ship is playing with my emotions.
Who designed this? You can probably turn them on, but you might have to get your head stuck into the electronics again and fiddle around.
Okay.
If we're dealing with a xeno creature, it'd probably be a good idea to be able to see them.
Yeah.
Particularly since you can't see it in infrared, so you...
Yeah. Yep. Okay. I'm getting in the wall again.
And what Sarah's going to do?
Watch his back.
You could jump into the ship's systems again, and keep track of the actual locations that so the ship sensors track the audio for the skittering and the screeching. You'll know where the security drones are headed, so you're part of that whole clustering of information. That would probably give you enough of a heads up should anything be coming close by to warn Tomas to get his ass out of the wall.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yep. I do have sensor mesh, which can give me a +3 enhancement to the...
Yep. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Utilising the sensors of everything around you.
Yep.
And I just got 3 successes to get the lights back on too.
Okey-dokey. That's enough to overcome the difficulty, not enough to overcome the complication.
No, I don't have sensor mesh. That's only in the little droid.
Oh, well. So you're going to have to, yes, get yourself into the ship's console. Fairies.
Yep.
You want to make a hacking roll for that?
Yes. What is that?
That was the intellect and not intellect, the cunning and enigmas, I think it was.
Enigma
Yep.
and cunning? I'm not rolling technology or intellect as much as I would really like to be. One success.
Excellent. Not
And-
enough to overcome the complication. Good.
So what were these complications, Nick?
Ah, well, you see, you wake up on a beach.
Ooh.
Oh.
Me? Like
yes,
Sarah's?
both of you.
Ooh.
Okay.
Lovely.
You're standing up, you're pulling yourself up, thinking, "Where's all this sand? What the hell has just gone on?" The water looks a beautiful, clear blue. The waves are just gently lapping in. There's a light breeze. The sand is golden white, glittering. There's a lighthouse off the shore. There's a few palm trees just gently swaying in the breeze. There's a sign there. Faded paint just peeling off it. Something like military green, but the really bright, friendly words on there says, "Welcome to Utopia."
Ooh.
And that's where we'll end it for the night.
Wow.
That's incredible how how a biological life form and a programming life form could share an experience like that.
Yeah, what?
Yes.
Wow. Like, I feel like Tomas would be ending that with more swearing in French, but like, whispered, awed kind of swearing in French.
And
Wow. Okay, I have no idea what that means.
well, it's a nice island.
I'd be looking down to see which droid I brought with me.
Funnily enough, you're not with a droid. You're in a human body.
Ooh.
Oh, that is very
That's
intriguing.
strange.
That is very intriguing. Like, obviously, we just both got zapped and died.
So, on that note, I will transition back. Thank you, everyone who has been watching.
Yeah, totally. And thank you for letting me play a game, Nick.
I had heaps of fun. Like, I'm a bit worried I was enjoying myself a bit too much for how scary it was. Oh no, not a holodeck episode.
Yeah. I mean, they were always the best ones.
Oh, really?
You don't think so?
Oh. Maybe in Deep Space Nine.
Well, yeah. Like, I think my favorite episodes have always been the ones that are mind-blowing and weird, and so often they're the holodeck ones, or they're the like O'Brien being horribly tortured for forever ones, like the weird ones. And I feel like maybe Nick is going this way.
Well, before we go any further, we should probably remind everyone that Nick is on Star, like is a writer for these books, and he has contributed to the latest one, which the Kickstarter for that is on the chat, so you can get the link there.
And it ends in like 30 hours or something. So,
Woo.
Do you want to say anything about it, Nick?
if you like werewolves, this is a good book. If you like vampires, not so much. but werewolves definitely.
Chock a block of werewolves.
Mm.
On that
And
note,
some
I
good
think we should
Aussie
head.
werewolves.
Thank you all.
Thanks,
Good.
guys.
Bye.